Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about one of the most important numbers, if not the most important number in numerology. This is the life path number. So this number reveals your soul's blueprint. This will reveal your strengths, your challenges, any type of career path that might interest you. We're going to cover it all. So we want to show you the correct way to interpret and calculate your number. But first, before we get into that, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. It really will help grow the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any future uploads. So what exactly is a life path number? Based on your full birth date, we can calculate, add it down to a single digit, 1 through 9, and sometimes an 11, 22, or 33, which are master numbers, but we'll get to that in a later video. This represents the path that you are meant to walk. Like I said, it's a blueprint. Pick your analogy, sheet music, a script if you're an actor. So this is the overall arc of your life. Now, don't get me wrong, because you still have free will. You can choose to lean into the number, or you can choose to fight against it and cause that friction there. So we're going to get into all that and what that might mean. The common influences are your talents, your challenges, relationships, even timing. You can use this in a calendar. You can use this for career alignment. So all this is going to start making sense once we've gotten into what this life path number is. So how exactly do we calculate a life path? Let me go through it step by step. So just for an example, we're going to say July 24th, 1974. So we're going to start with July, and we already have July assigned to the number 7. That's the 7th month. We're going to leave it there. But we're going to take that 7 and add it to the date. The day you were born is 24. So we're going to add 7 and 24, and we're going to make that 31. We're going to set that aside for now. So when we get to the year, we're going to add it straight across. We're going to add the 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4, and that equals 21. So now we have the 31 and the 21, and we're going to use those separately in different areas. So that's why we kind of add it up separately, because sometimes we need the 31 for something, sometimes we need the 21 for something. So for the life path, we're just going to add the 31 and the 21. So this equals 52, and then 5 plus 2 is 7. So this particular life path is going to be a 7 life path. Common mistakes: we don't want to add the numbers straight across. Even though it still equals 7, we still might miss some master numbers in there if they happen to show up. So another mistake that people might make is ignoring the master numbers. So if you have an 11, 22, or 33, don't add those down. So those are master numbers. They have a higher spiritual purpose. They come with greater challenges, but we will get to that in another video. We can use that life path to calculate our personal year. For example, the personal year of the year you're born is your life path. But say I wanted to find my personal year for this year, I would pretend that I was born this year. So I would do that same calculation with this year's date. So my month and day with this year's date. For example, at the time of filming this, it's 2025. So I would add that. That would be my personal year for this calendar year. This helps with planning events. This helps with transitions throughout life. This helps with decade patterns. This helps with recognizing cycles. If you have a common cycle where you're just thinking, oh, why does this keep happening to me? That might be why. So we're going to go through a whole calendar episode coming up too. But this is kind of the basis for that number as well. Oftentimes we look at our blueprint in a way that it kind of shows our drive to reach a goal. This is the goal that our lifetime wants to achieve. So like I said, use the analogy, the blueprint, the script, the sheet music. This is all kind of the plan, okay? So we can choose a career that aligns with our life path number that will give us more fulfillment in life. It'll be more enjoyment in our life. And oftentimes, you already have this job and you don't even realize it. So as you go through your chart and as you go through your numbers, it might not even tell you anything that you don't already know, but it will give you permission. If you are fighting your numbers, if you are trying to suppress things and saying, oh, I'm just not good enough, what can I add to that conversation? Why would I do that? Why would I start this? Why would I start a YouTube channel? Why would I ... This is your permission to do the things that you've always wanted to do. This is your life path. So this is healing patterns. This is understanding relationships. This is optimizing, like I said, a calendar. When is a good time to move? When is a good time to start that entrepreneurial business? When is it a good time to make that spiritual growth? Knowing your strengths, knowing your blind spots. So a lot of times what's helpful is journaling. You can keep a calendar and keep a journal, like what were the events of this day or this year or this month, and how does that correlate to your numbers? So going forward, watch the Know Your Numbers series, and we're going to deep dive into all of that. But here's a quick overview of just what each one kind of stands for. So life path 1 is a leader. Life path 2, the peacemaker. Life path 3, the communicator. Life path 4 is all about stability. Life path 5 is the free spirit. Life path 6 is the nurturer. Life path 7, the knowledge seeker. Life path 8 is the powerhouse. And life path 9 is the humanitarian. Watch all those videos. Watch your life path. Calculate your friends and family, and see how well it matches up. What resonates? I want to know, because this is the experiment. This is the fun part. So again, this is your soul's mission. Like, this is the blueprint for what you want to accomplish in this life. What is the best possible way to get there? Let's reverse engineer ourselves to our goal. Know your numbers. Understand your journey. This has been a really amazing foundational episode, and I'm going to add to it in the future, but the life path is so, so, so important. Leave a comment below if this resonates with you. Does your life path resonate with you? Watch those 1 through 9 series and let me know. So like this video if you like this video. Click on one of these links and I'll see you there.